Hey YouTube, how's it going? No, I haven't made too many videos lately. I am currently 20 days behind. This siege today is from April the 8th, 2021. We had Malicious at the time, and I think, my first 6 attacks while I was at work, so I need to do a voiceover for them. On screen right now, you'll see the only 10 wins message you're going to see from me this siege. I kind of threw on offense, and I think that's because I still, even today, I still haven't really gone through and built counters for how the meta's shifted a bit, so I haven't been doing so great lately in siege offense. I'll need to try a bit harder. The defense that this picture is for is my Carcano defense. This was shortly after the Carcano buff. It's Carcano Escher Triana. A couple things I want to talk about before I start the attacks is, I think at the time I recorded this video, I did think that the way Carcano worked was that he only got bonus damage if you attack him. And then after I realized that wasn't true, I thought it was bugged. But just last night in the patch, Com2uS did change Carcano's skill 2 description to make it very clear that he is always supposed to have 200% bonus damage, no matter if you hit him or not. I wish it had been a bug, because I think it's kind of welcome to the Carcano meta now, because he's super strong. 70% glancing makes him extremely difficult to control with something like an Ellucia, and the massive damage that goes right through shields and invincibility and stuff is, he's just really good, plus a speed lead. So, we'll be working on counters for Carcano. I'm working on building my first ever Ramagos, so maybe we'll see him soon. And with that said, I'll just get into the fights. Here we go. This is my standard Hurtaic counter, but I forgot that I had changed my runes. So I'm pretty sure I throw this one pretty hard in the way that my Fran is supposed to be faster than my twins to give them attack buff. But obviously he was not in this case. So I didn't have attack buff, and I didn't do any damage to him. And then he got to get a whole bunch of stacks. So yeah, not exactly how this offense is supposed to go. Supposed to have a bit more damage from my twins with a attack buff. So, you know, make sure that when you change your runes around, that your offenses are still the way you expect them to be. Yeah, he's stolen too much defense, so I'm not really killing him at this point. And now it's just kind of over. A nice 50,000 damage crit on my Shina. You'd think I would have figured out this defense by now, since everybody who owns a Hurtaic has built it. Except for that they've switched to like Kinkies now, at least in our most recent siege. But apparently I'm still struggling against it, so still a good defense. Alright, what's next? Like a surprise to me too, because it's been 3 weeks since this siege actually took place. Alright, I see that my opponent is going to be putting up a lot of buffs, so I bring a Bulwark. I think that's going to be good. I also brought a Stripper because I didn't want to have to target the Ophelia with my Bulwark. Because, you know, that's kind of the source of my Bulwark's damage, and I need to get rid of this Fengyan at some point, or else it's the thing that has the damage to kill me, right? So our Strip lands, and we're able to get rid of the Fengyan, and this one should go pretty smoothly after that. Also, I summoned a second Bulwark in my 7-year scrolls, but I fed him for a blessing. Because I didn't think I would ever really use 2 Bulwarks. I don't usually use the one that I have. And then I got a Wind Bison, the Wind Slayer. from that blessing, so maybe not the best, but... As far as this fight, just kinda dragging on. Pretty sure we win eventually. But again, it was a long time ago. I know that this was I think this is my first siege getting less than 7 wins since I joined Exile Mercs. So definitely not my best performance here today. Make sure you put your favorite counters for Carcano Iris Triana, Carcano Escher Triana, Carcano Vigor Triana, Carcano Beta Savannah. What else have I seen? Sylvia Carcano from SSA on Monday this week. Okay, here we've got the good old Gemini Cocky, because this was before everyone had built 2 Carcanos in these top guilds. Or Mali might still be running this, I'm not sure. For this one, Ellucia actually does work, because you don't have their damage threat doesn't have 70% chance to be glanced when you attack him. So you can bring your Ellucia, you can go ahead and control his damage as much as you can, and just kind of look for an opening to kill something. I'm going for the Gemini here, just because I like putting my control on the Cocky, and the Gemini is probably easier to kill, I think I'm thinking. Because my Triana can do damage to the Gemini. This is a crit damage Triana from one of my defenses. I think it's a crit damage Triana. I'm not sure. I have a few different Trianas built right now. Actually, I might have used a tanky Triana because I needed a tanky Cocky. I don't know. This is why I shouldn't wait 3 weeks before I actually upload the videos. Although fighting these defenses always makes me a bit nervous, because it always feels like it's one defense break into one violent proc from Cocky away from killing my Triana. Especially fighting against Malicious, because fighting against Malicious and SSA, it's kind of like every single attack I do, I'm at a disadvantage on rune quality. So it's like your counters have to actually counter the defense, because you can't just rune quality your way through the fight, right? But Ellucia is super duper strong in 4-star, usually. Like I said, I don't think she's that great against Carcano, because you can't really control him when he's in his stance. But against Cocky, that's not a problem. All you have to worry about is the Triana cleanse, which, if you put buffs on multiple monsters, like right there, sometimes Triana's going to cleanse the defense break instead of cleansing the sleep. Or you just control 2 monsters because your Ellucia is on violent and stuff. I am going to go for the Cocky, just because my damage obviously works better against a fire monster than it does against a wind monster. But nope, I guess I changed my mind. Going for Triana now. Got my defense break. Got some damage in, took that down. It's pretty safe now. I mean, a string of, double violent procs could kill me. But that's just the strength of Cocky and how much damage he can put out. Doesn't happen this time. We got through it. Up next, we have... yes. This offense looks pretty weird, I know. I'm used to I should say, I used this offense once before against this defense, and it worked, so I just brought it again. I was thinking, I didn't think that my Raccoony would be the target, but it was, so that kind of confused me. But I guess it makes perfect sense that the Martina might be faster than the Shina here. I also think it could be the other way around, probably depends on which defense you're attacking. But these Twins defenses they seem pretty strong. I know I struggled against them a lot in this particular siege, but I think I have better ideas now. One of which you'll see in this siege, because I'm pretty sure I was like 2-2 against this defense. I think we hit it 4 times. Alright. Lost to Mr. Fenrir. OP runes. Next up, Lingor. Here's the just Lucian it option. You'll notice that his Tyrannus is on Nemesis, which I think is specifically for this situation right here where someone Lucians you, because Lucianing him is going to give him attack bar, which means that he's going to revive before the Twins move. And then if the Shina, gets a violent proc or 2, she could really mess up your team. But this still seems like a pretty reliable offense, because as long as you kill the Martina with your Lucian, the Shina can't strip the wheel off your Belager, so it's not like you're going to get a stunned Belager or anything. Same defense again. This time the Tyrannus is on Will, so they're not all on Nemesis. They clearly, I think, pretty much like every guild has a variety. When a guild runs a bunch of the same defense, I think the best way to do it is just to say, hey guys, we're running this defense, and then let your guild members rune it however they want to. Because then you'll end up with some diversity in, like, some of them can't be Lucianed, some of them can't be beaten with this other counter, and it just makes it more difficult for the guild attacking you because they can't use the same counter against every defense, right? But in this case, this offense works. This is an offense we always used against the MST defense, and it's working here as well. At least I think it does. I'm pretty sure I don't lose this one. But also, if you're using Ellucias in your 5-star attacks, then you're using Ellucias in your 4-star attacks, then how many Ellucias can one person build? I only have 2. I was thinking about building a 3rd, but after our most recent siege, where Swag again basically ran like 6 to 8 towers of Carcano defenses against us, I think that I'm going to hold off on building another Ellucia because I need Carcano counters, and I don't think she really is one. Alright, sleep spell for damage there, because it doesn't really matter. Have to kill a Tyrannus. Got him. Alright, 2-1 against that defense now, and that's going to be the end of the attacks I did at work, so let's head over to what I did on stream. Thank you all for watching. Alright, well, I'm not confident, but my guildie just said that Water Twins Shushu worked against this. So, Water Twins haven't changed. They're still on wind damage reduction artifacts. Shushu's going to be on my tank set. And we will go ahead and hit this one and blame our guildie if we lose. Easy. Hey, Itchy, how's it going? How the Twins do so much damage. Alright, so our Shushu did not make it. But I think... Well, it's still possible, not probable. Is that tanky? Did I hit the wrong one? Should I have gone for the Martina? I've already started on this one, so we'll keep going on it. Of course he targets the one that had a buff to steal. And kill you. I don't see any way for us to win from here, but I'll keep clicking the buttons. Yeah, I think the Martina was a lot squishier than the Shina was. Go ahead and say Anna is a liar. Get our excuse settled. I think he's going to do a surprising amount of damage. Let's try this. Why not? Attack break is helpful. See if he gets this up every single turn. We get a slow, so that's helpful. I think it... Oh, we can't attack break. Slow you down a bit. And... get this. That thing takes damage, alright. Why don't we rip the shield off so we can go for some good damage here. He's going to outspeed us. I wonder if he has his third again. Only one proc. Okay. The Molly should have cleanse again. So let's go in to cleanse that monkey. We could push it down, but I don't know if that's gonna help enough. Okay. Attack break is important. Get a little bit of healing going. And I want to hit this because it's going to use third skill if I don't. And can I go for this? No, not really. Am I going for 15-0? Yes. We've already lost 2. But, you know, don't stop believing. Aw, Violent Proc on my Rakan right there would have been fantastic. But instead, he's getting Violent Procs on his monsters. And he even procs into the immunity after he puts up his shield. And then he puts up his shield again the following turn, and procs into the immunity again. Well, that's a thing. No sense in turn cycling right now, right? That way, like, if we Violent Proc, we can do it again. Okay. I will push this down, but if it gets 2 debuffs, I thought the Molly would cleanse it there. Well, that'll cleanse it. It'll get cleansed by something. Alright, strip you and provoke. Nice. That might get cleansed by Molly, though. So let's push Molly down, so she can't take the provoke off. Nice, collapse. Alright, we're proccing. We're proccing more. Alright, now he's proccing a little bit. Push that thing down, although these mollies do a lot of damage these days, is what I've noticed. Oh, he stunned me. That's unfortunate. Can we provoke you? Okay. And then... that thing does not have cleanse, because the monkey wouldn't have a 3-turn shield if the molly hadn't just shielded it. So if I give this defense break, and we collapse on it, it'll die. Ah, we don't get the collapse. I feel like we needed to go for that, though. Alright, so, I think that this means that this is my worst siege performance ever since I joined Exile Mercs. I think this is the first time I've ever had fewer than 7 wins. And we still have to win 2 more. Okay. I'm gonna try this. Water Twins Triana against this Carcano Iris defense. Uh-oh, that's bad. That is not the target I wanted Carcano to hit. Although Carcano didn't stance, so we can actually attack him. If Carcano goes into stance, I wouldn't want to hit him because of the glancing percent. But if he's not in stance, then why not hit him? Please, no more despair stuns. I get a turn on my healer, please? That's all I want. Turn on my healer. Phenomenal. Wow, that's a lot of sleep. This should kill. Hooray, we did it. Was it safe? No, probably not. Carcano defense broke my Triana and shot it. And it didn't do that much damage. That was kind of interesting for Malicious defense. I would expect them to hit harder. So, this is the defense that I'm running that is currently 15-2, that got 10 wins this siege, except that this Triana is the Triana runes from my MST and not from the Carcano Escher. So we can try my Carcano defense against their Carcano defense. That sounds like fun. Let's do it. I've actually never used my Carcano on offense before. I barely know what this monster does. I just built it because like it's supposed to be cool. Do we strip here? Do we strip or do we boost? Solid question. If we boost, we can get immunity. But if I strip, then I can target my Carcano defense break onto something. Like a Triana. The Triana's faster than this Triana. So it's going to cleanse itself. even if Carcano moves first. I'm going to boost here and take a stance, and we'll get immunity. Now, I assume that he just glanced on me, so I assume that my Carcano is going to hit for 1,000,000 damage. I think that's how Carcano works, is it does 1,000,000 damage, right? I don't know. First time using Carcano, it did get attacked by the Iris, so I assume it has its passive activated. I don't see any fancy indication, though. And that skin is cool, with like the charging up pose. How much damage does this do? We didn't crit. What a letdown. Exposed, not 100% crit. Wow, he does a lot of damage. I want to go for his Carcano here. Stance. Massacre. Big damage. 40k. Cool, we won.